He said that he is my damn mans, but he switched on me like a transformer. Yeah, he changed. Nigga, you gon' get your ass changed. Don't get your ass with. Hey, had to run my damn bands up.
Consistent finisher. Penalties for missed time layups are reduced, allowing players to make layups more consistently. This is the best slasher badge in NBA 2K20. Most people will say contact finisher and other crazy badges, but when it comes down to playing good competition, you're not going to try to go for contact dunks all the time. Because it's not the right play, it's not the smartest play, it's not the highest IQ play to do. Slashers should take advantage of the baseline more in this game with their strength. And that's how you'll become a OP slasher, to know how to use that first quick step to hit the lane, or just to be the perfect rim runner. Now this badge makes you the ultimate rim runner. I have this badge on gold, and in the gameplay today, I'm going to be showing you guys how you don't have to fully finish your layups. I told you, this badge right here is basically a boost on your layups. The word consistent finisher makes you think of like, oh, what can this badge do? I probably can finish consistently, but I'm telling you, you get a big boost on your layup, okay? You don't have to finish and get greens to get good layups with this badge. Understand that. So don't worry about the very early time. And no, this badge is elite. Hop steps, gathers, all of that stuff. And you will see how this badge works. Now, I hopped in this stage with some randicios. That's what I like to call like randoms. I always be saying that by myself. I just call them randicios. Now look. When you're driving in this game, hop steps are OP. Overall, watching 2K20 gameplay, and you guys know how OP hop steps are. So, like, when you're playing 2K, right, if you're playing good defense, right, you can go for twos. And these are secured twos. That's what I like to call this. When you're doing hop steps, it's worth it because it's going to be consistent. So it's not going to be like a waste to add to your game to add this badge to your game, because you're going to have times when you're playing against good people where you're going to have to lay up the ball, and you want to have the best badges for when you get in that situation. Look at the hop step right here, get them to go up, consistent finisher pops up. People said this was a waste of a badge. Stop it. The amount of finishes I get using this badge shows how OP it is. And I only have a 68 driving layup. Not high at all. My player doesn't have that much vertical. So you guys gotta see how I use my badges. I gotta use them into a way where they all help me in certain areas where my stats lack. That's how I use my badges. People don't pay attention to that. So, them not paying attention to that, they're not seeing what I'm really trying to do. But that's how deep I go. If I know, right, I lack in certain areas, I'm going to put badges in those areas so I can come up and be more balanced in those areas. But with the skill level and IQ level I have, I utilize these badges and make them OP. Look at this layup right here. Just watch what's popping up on the screen. Consistent finisher. I don't worry about fully timing my layups good. A lot of people do that, and then you hold onto the ball too long, giving you a certain layup animation that makes you lay up the ball close to the rim, and then the player comes from behind and blocks you. So being able to release those early layups to get those certain animations, you're basically getting a more wide open shot. Okay? Now you see certain layups we miss where this finisher doesn't come in. How this badge works the best is to use your hop steps. Trust me, when you get players in the air, it's like they can't block your layup more. But if you just try to drive straight with consistent finisher, yes, you're going to hit some, but it's not going to work at its full capacity. So you want to make sure you're doing hop steps. hop steps, Euro steps, getting them to jump. And then remember, this year you can change the way you lay up the ball. You just got to direct your stick. Use it like it's a car, or it's like a pointing stick, or like it's like a mouse. You have to point your analog stick in the direction you want to lay up the ball before releasing the ball. So you have to make sure you're looking at the defender, seeing which way his body is. Like, let's say if his feet are to the left, right? Then you want to make a layup move to the right, because he's going to have to turn his body to jump to contest you. People are saying badges like Giant Slayer. Like, nobody is trying to do that when you're trying to win. Yo, I have Giant Slayer on, bro. Just pass me the ball and I'm going to go and just try to lay up over it. Come on now. Relax. You guys know you're not doing that. Look at this Euro step right here. Look at this. People on screen. Relentless finisher finally comes in and helps me. Acrobat, consistent finisher on gold. Automatic layups at the rack. I love laying up the ball too. Laying up the ball feels good. And laying up is a very good skill. Remember, you can play defense and get secure buckets. A layup is way more high secure than a jump shot. It just is. Especially if you make the right move to get to the paint and get that close to the rack and you get them off you. Look again. Hey, hop step. Hey. You see what Acrobat does for you? I get a boost. So my layups probably go up to damn near like a 89. Really, 90. Probably high. Like, if I put boost on, think about it. Look at this. I'm getting the center to bite now. Dime up the Randicio. Bang, bang. He's helping in the paint now because he can't guard it. You can't guard this. I'm telling you, it's really, really hard. I know how to guard hop steps. Like, I really do. You just got to play back and you got to play back and you got to bait the guy that's trying to hop step you into shooting. And then you got to cut him off because he will try to drive once you step up. So you're just playing that little game right there with him. But watch this. Behind the back, get into the post move, Euro step off him. Damn. And you know we just get Acrobat right there. That's a green. That's perfect timing. So consistent finisher. There's no need for you right there. We just made a super good move. Now on this build, I'm a 3-level scorer. You see my matchup, right? I'm utilizing my advantage being at the 6'8" height. 6'8" height. Not that much ball control, but you guys see how I'm out here working. Like, I'm telling you guys. I use all the badges to make my player elite. Look at the situations you see me getting into. The layup situations. Look at this hop step right here. Consistent finisher. You guys see what I'm talking about? There's no Giant Slayer situations that I'm getting in on this court. If you have Giant Slayer on, you're just the type of player that wants to actually be able to lay up on a big center in the paint. And if you're driving and trying to slash and lay up on 2 people in the paint, come on now, is that smart? Okay, so understand, that badge will be like a badge I would say will be good for Pro-Am. There's certain badges in the park that work the best because of just 2K gameplay and the meta and the way how people play. Giant Slayer is more, I would say, of a fancy badge. You want to lay up on a big player. A fancy badge is like using ankle breaker. Think about this. There are different... Yo, it's so crazy. It's crazy how I be the only nigga thinking about this shit. Think about it. I lay up like this all the time, even on good players, even playing against good people, even a big center in the paint. I hop step, get him to jump, lay up the ball. Nobody goes and layups just straight all the time, like just doing a turbo all the way to down the lane and then lay up. No, a lot of people do hop steps because the hop step is OP. Everybody has their opinions, but I'm always just trying to tell y'all the best thing, like, off of the gameplay. There's a style to how 2K is played. You see how all the guards play right now? Look how I have the whole team jumping up on me. Game time. But there's a way that people play in 2K. It's the same type of pattern. And what makes people more elite is the people that pick their different patterns. This is how you know, like, you see how the guards, they go behind the screen, behind the back, and then you're just playing the timing game, trying to predict it in your head. It's not nothing that he could do to throw you off. It's until you get caught in the screen. So you guys got to understand why I'm telling you the way. It's the same rule applies with the slashing. And what's the best thing to do in the game when slashing? The best thing to do in this game is laying up the ball. Yes, a person could get a dunk, but if a big man knows how to shade right, you're not going to get any dunks. If he knows how to shade right and utilize his badges, and then the game's already going bad for y'all, you don't have a slasher take over early in the game, which rarely happens. Come on now, let's be smart about it, people. Until a person literally really knows how to use a slasher build right, to be like that annoying build that could rim run and then your center has to help, then you start kicking out for threes. That's the real way, like how a slasher should be used when you're playing to be like comp wise. Look at this right here, how consistent finishers just coming in on these layups. This is automatic. This is the automatic like layup badge. Layups are literally automatic on this badge. Now in this game, I want y'all to pay attention to the type of layups I get. And most people will be like, what? At a lot of the layups, especially because you can see my meter. They're thinking it's going to be like oh, look at that timing. But that's what consistent finisher does. It takes away that timing. That timing no longer matters to a certain extent. You can't do a really bad one, but look at my meter. Look, I don't finish that all the way. Late. But I got 2% coverage. So that's the good thing about it. This is why I tell you guys, relax. Think about what I'm saying. Take your time. Really go practice it. And let me know. Look at this. Get them both in the air. Hop step. Curl it around. You see I don't finish that early. Look at the timing. I'm a player that I can see if my time is off or not. So I can see if I'm timing my layups wrong, right? But if you look at it, I'm releasing it at the same time. Every time, kinda. Sometimes a little more or less because I know I got the good position on them. Hop, step, dunk. My player gets up. Are you guys seeing the truth? I want y'all to look at this last layup I get right here. Pay attention. Leave a like down. Hope you guys learned something today in this video.